There are so many different tentacles to this. It's very complex.
It had to be done very secretly, and you know.
we have an update. Welcome everyone to R&M Productions. We are officially in Crazy World. So I'm going to share my screen for a second. Many of you have already signed up for this website. But if you haven't, I recommend you do. Go to, let's see, www.rickallenjustice.com. And this is the website that was created after the trial, a wrongful conviction built on doubt. Subscribe for updates. And the most recent update, Justice for Rick Allen, Transparency and Justice. The attorneys representing Mr. Allen. This is the unenhanced, unedited original video off of Libby's phone. This is not enhanced or edited at all. This is definitely the original. I'm not sure what they showed in trial. I should probably put something at the bottom right so people know. So this is, what do I say? Who released this? This was released by Rick Allen. We know because that is what the attorneys have been clarifying on Twitter. And if it is on the website as an exhibit, then it is an original exhibit from the trial. So there is still a lot of confusion about like if this is the edited or enhanced or whatever version. This is the version straight off of Libby German's cell phone. This was extracted from her cell phone, period. This was released via the official Rick Allen Justice website.
Before she got to Libby.
I couldn't hear anything other than the words. All right, right here, Bay. What is that?
All right, I gotta call Andy Baldwin. I'll be right back.
Did you listen while we've been doing this whole play the audio?
No, I was talking to Baldwin on the phone. Like he's.
So tell us which video this is.
It came from the extraction.
So it is not the enhanced or the super enhanced.
I don't know.
What?
I mean, he's saying. All right, so wait. Dan Samatovich just played me. He buffed up the audio as much as possible.
Wait, is that DB? Because I got that.
anything new going on, guys, that we should talk about first here?
Well, I call it the Luigi website, but I've been following the Luigi case, and Angela Sadlowski had sent me the Luigi website, and I thought this is brilliant what these attorneys are doing.
Right.
It's, they're connecting him with, it's interesting because it's pretrial, but they're connecting him with his following or whatever. And so we thought that wasn't a bad idea. Defense counsel in this case, that was a good way to get information out. Karen Reed's defense team does it too. And so apparently that's defense counsel decided to go forward with that.
Started getting involved. So I used to kind of blog and tweet about it before I knew any of the gang, and I think it must have been like end of 2023. That's when I started talking to like the people who are like associated with this case in an online sense. The point where I became like involved, if you like, was when Judge Gold denied Rick public funding for the experts, and that was just like, that was completely unacceptable. This was around the time when Karen Reed was fundraising for her first trial, and she'd done really well. Like she'd raised over $1 million, I think. In a fairly short amount of time. So the conversation was, how do we do this? How do we take this idea of online fundraising and like get some money together for these experts? So I started speaking to Carroll Weinecke and others about that, and I was able to help out, advise in different ways. It was we were inspired by Luigi Mangione, who does still have a great web presence. But we generally felt that it was time to start looking at how we use the web more strategically, and that's gone fantastic.
I really don't like being mean to anyone. I'm not trying to be mean, but let me say what I have to say because I mean it. The way you've done it, there's no credibility. And that's the problem. Okay, because like people are highly reticent or suspicious of everything when it comes to this case. Because this mystery, like, did you really want to cause more confusion? You're actually causing misinformation and chaos and controversy where there does not need to be controversy. We need to be focused on what's pertinent. People want to know the pedigree, the provenance of this. Okay, so the way they earn their trust or they gain faith in it is to understand who is putting it forward. Then they know whether they're trusted or not and where it's coming from. I'll give you till Monday, okay? Because you did this the wrong way. You did it the wrong way. I'll give you till Monday. Because here's the thing. You have to stand behind it, okay? So I understand what you're trying to do. I do. I empathize with it. I agree with it to a large extent. But here's what I think. You did it in the wrong way. You got to stand behind it. Luke, Sleuthy Goosey, Angela, and Michael Osbrook.
But Luke and I got accused of a whole lot of bullshit that where would I have even gotten the fucking video? First of all, people think that me and Luke put out the video, that we leaked the video. Where the
That's a really good question. Where would you
Luke
get it
and I
from?
were nobody. Where would we have gotten the fucking video? Where do people think
Yeah.
that came from? I didn't have it. I saw it when y'all saw it. So
when somebody approached me hatefully in my DMs, I was like, listen, I'm more than willing to accept responsibility for the shit that I do. I'm not going to accept responsibility for that. First of all, if you come to me with a question and I can answer it, I'm going to answer it. And so I said, came from the defense. Well, that wasn't a good enough answer. And I'm like, you can go live and you can tell people that it was Luke and it was this and it was that, and people aren't being like, but you'll be lying to them. If you say anything other than that the decision to post those and where they came from was anybody besides the defense, you're going to be lying.
So if somebody's coming into a group and saying, "Oh, I'm one of you," and okay, we accept them as one of us, and then they keep saying subtle things like, "Oh, I don't think this is right," and "I don't think this is right," and "I don't think this is right," and they don't come to you. They don't come to you privately and say, give your feedback in private, which is fine. They do it in that kind of pernicious way where it spreads and it takes hold, and then people start believing it.
as with all things Delphi, this is going to heighten the mystery. Ugh, I know, you're probably right.
People are throwing around allegations that somebody's going to jail. No, it's a copy of an exhibit. It is a copy of a public record. Nobody's looking at jail for the BG video having been released.
Press 1 if you want a signed edition of the Angie. Ruin my
And the second is that you have these chosen journalists making money off the deaths of 2 children. Like, how is that okay? It's not.
Yep. Now that Tom has been so generous as to upload just the videos, which is awesome. And I'm not just being a douchebag. I appreciated that, because me trying to crop out Tom's big old head and all of his super chats making money off the backs of dead children was taking a long time. So I do appreciate the clean version that we can now watch together. So why on earth would they not release it? I don't know. I don't know. I wish that I knew why. I thought it would make sense, like, when they finally did, but it doesn't.
Who owned the domain for rickallenjustice.com?
I mean, it's a good question. I'm not sure. I have control over it, but in terms of ownership, I don't know. If we'd released everything plus had a statement from one of those lawyers, and it's obvious who I'm talking about. There's only 3 of them.
Yes.
just being a crank, basically.
Being a crank.
Towards, yeah. It's hard to tell a story. He's just a normal guy. He liked fish, and he liked walking, and he liked his family, and he still likes them.
Kathy Allen Camp is uncomfortable with my online presence. Well, and people are free to disagree, and people are free to be uncomfortable with my online presence. But I think it's on net certainly been a positive for Rick. But going forward, this has to be kept in the public eye. I mean.
No, and I mean her issues were, I'm not going to share them, but they were nothing as to what was being said publicly. But like I don't even necessarily want to get into that. I just want to restate that Michael Osbrook and Carroll Winnicke are of the highest integrity, and those are the type of people when you're pushing them away for whatever reason, and they're willing to give up their time. Shame on you. Whoever you are out there, shame on you.
in one breath, they'll say that the defense didn't have enough help, right?
Yeah.
But then in the next breath, they'll think another set of attorneys, like 2 attorneys, won't need more help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it takes a village, right? You have defense counsel who was not willing to incorporate the village, right? They were weird about it. They didn't know about it. But then you have these other attorneys who are wanting to work for free and come out of their own pockets and have come out of their own pockets, who see the value in utilizing and being part of the village.
You got an army of cranks out here that are they're on top of all of it.
Yeah, you know, why call them cranks?
It's embarrassing.
They've adopted the moniker that the murder shits gave them, and they've embraced it, and they've taken it as their own, and they've claimed ownership of it, and I love it. And they are every single one of them that does huge amounts of work on this case.
Oh my, it's insane.
It really is with the like.
If you want to do something and you get cold feet and you back out, fine. But hand the keys over to somebody who has a spine then. Don't just back out and take all your balls and toys with you and hide them. Like, you want to back out, you don't want to have any part in it anymore, fine. Don't fault you for it. Get the fuck out of the way. And
move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. I said move. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Whoa.
By the way, give me the keys to the shit that you have that we need so that we can put our names on it and put it out, because we're not
real.
Too.
And they would have done that. Like, they would have said, like, back off, give us what we need, we'll do it. Like,
oh no, the fight's out. Whoa, whoa. I'm about to punch the lights out. Whoa, whoa. Get the fuck back. Guard your grill. There's something wrong. We can't stay still.
And I'll say this. I didn't know shit about the website. I was annoyed at Angela because I was like, I didn't know anything about this. Like, until it was up. And then I like immediately shared it, obviously. But like the background conversations, like, I was not in. But I'm aware of. It was just, 100%. It just seemed so strange to me after this was posted that the problem people had with it was the fact that nobody took credit for it. It's like, why do I have to take credit for it?
But was that the problem with it, or was it that people thought it was fake?
People that said they thought it was fake, there was probably a small percentage of people who thought it was fake. The majority of people just wanted to know who did it. Who did it? Who released it?
Here's the thing. Exactly. They wanted someone, like, what is so wrong with not wanting to take credit? But why didn't the defense put out the interrogations? Because they knew that Rick looked guilty. Like, that's what's going to go around. When they should have just put everything out. Yeah, they did. By just putting out that video, made them look worse. It made everything worse.
I'm going to try and decipher Luke's chats for everybody, because
I don't know if we can just say what it is. Like, can we just
I'll say it. I'll just say it.
That the decision to post those and where they came from was anybody besides the defense, you're going to be lying.
Yeah.
So if you want to lie to
do it
themselves, you can do that. But
but
I'm telling you that that's whose decision it was. And for whatever reason, people didn't believe it. And so are we just going to tell all the things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that video got, I mean, I don't care to be the one. So that video got posted, and there were supposed to be additional exhibits that were posted. And the whole idea was about transparency. Now, then the defense went from, you know, I want to post this, this, and this.
A literal list of all of it. Right. Like a planned out release.
What?
They had like a planned out release with like an itemized list of the things that were going to be released and when. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And then what happened was it went out, and then people, I don't know if what prompted it really was just the fact that it was out, or if it was like whack jobs reaching out and saying like, you know, where did this video come from? Like, it was just such an unnecessary, it's like, where the fuck do you think it came from? And like, somebody who knows was like, motherfucker, you better not, because like I will out you, because that would be absolutely borderline, if not borderline, like crossing the line into unethical behavior. If you tell her that you had no idea that that was being posted, you are lying.
Right.
And thankfully, no thing came out. But it just seemed as though people just stopped giving a fuck. Like, the video was not enough. I'm glad that it's out, but
Sleuthy, who is you know, one of our ride or die cranks, just posted a beautiful thing on Twitter today, just talking about kind of like a cause. You know, you have to decide what you're doing, and if your cause is regarding an individual, and that's, you know, and you're considering that to be a movement or a cause, it was really well written, and it was so gospel.
if you're gonna like pussy out of the plan, do it before it starts going into motion. I was calling him a pussy. What did I call him yesterday? It was so funny because then I like
but Luke and I got accused of a whole lot of bullshit that where would I have even gotten the fucking video? First of all, people think that me and Luke put out the video, that we leaked the video.
That's a really good question. Where would you get it from?
Luke and I are nobody. Where would we have gotten the fucking video? Where do people think that came from? I didn't have it. I saw it when y'all saw it. So.
Angela Sedlowski had sent me the Luigi website, and I thought, this is brilliant.
A few of us, Angela, Cara, and myself, started talking about how we could use the web more.
Andy Baldwin said it was okay to release it, so Angela got it. Period.
Okay. The other thing that I personally respect the most about Cara and Michael is that they walk the walk, they talk the talk, and they are loyal. They are not going to let anybody get thrown under the bus. If they do something, they're going to put their fucking names on it. They're going to stand on business, and they're not going to fuck around and hide and be shifty and shady. Like, Cara's on the road doing oral arguments all the time. She's quite busy. Michael's busy winning habeas cases. By the way, these are two attorneys who stepped up and defended Brad and Andy and saved their careers. Brad and Andy were facing contempt charges and serious allegations, and literally got thrown off of a high-profile case for misconduct, allegedly. That's a big deal, and that is something that follows you for life. And Cara and Michael, both in separate ways, came to their defense and put forth excellent arguments and work and saved their fucking asses. And they didn't have to do that, and they didn't expect to be paid handsomely in exchange for that. So now for people to turn around and act like Cara and Michael have at any point done any of this for their own benefit or their own gain.
All the things that Angela just said they do, like in their everyday lives, but yet still take the time. Like, most of the time hearing from either of those two is like between 5 a.m. and let's say 8 a.m. for Cara, right? Because she tries to catch up on all this shit. She tries to ask questions about all this shit before she does her normal job that actually pays her. And then Michael, whenever he's done his shit, he'll be up from, you'll hear from him from like 10 o'clock to like 4 o'clock in the morning. The man hardly ever sleeps.
Pretty much.
He's watching all the shit that people say about him because he knows that adverse conversations bring about ideas and different types of thinking. And so he wants to know that stuff. So he literally suffers through that bullshit, which I can't do anymore because it's just absolutely ridiculous. And it's just, it's very frustrating to see good people who can actually help be drugged by people who might think that they're well-meaning but can't actually help Rick. And I think
being blocked from helping Rick and being insulted in the process.
Correct. And I feel like it's not meant to be like I'm not trying to like shit on anybody, but like, if you think just as like a regular person without the help of any attorney that you can actually help Rick in a meaningful way, right?
Yeah.
I think it's really narcissistic might not be the right word maybe, but you think very highly of yourself, and it's just not true. It's just not true. You can't like do everything. You can pick apart everything that's being made public. If they give you all the trial exhibits, you could pick all those apart too. None of that's going to get him out of prison. I'm sorry. Before the appeal was like even started, anything was filed, like she was asked. She didn't ask to, she was asked to be part of the appeal. And for reasons that are not my place to say no, or to tell everybody why she said no, she did say no. So she's the one that turned down working on the appeal.
And she didn't respond.
Well, let's go back to what I said. We just thought it was a way for it to be acceptable to other people that matter for us to get our hands on the discovery, or at least some of it. I mean, I didn't want all of it. I thought, look, I wanted to make sure all of it was copied and safe. The 31-page memo includes a whole list of things that need to be done pretty quickly. Witnesses that need to be talked to, evidence that needs to be obtained and preserved. It is, mostly practical stuff. Shall we get on to the
Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Okay, could it be people you tried bringing in and a video being leaked that caused the problem?
Could it what?
Could it be the people you tried bringing in and a video being leaked that caused the problem?
There was no leak. I wish people would stop talking about this. There was no leak. Andy Baldwin authorized its release. There was no leak. It's a trial exhibit. It is a copy of a trial exhibit. It is a public record. It does not matter whether it has a sticker from the court on it.
Yep.
This is digital evidence. If that video was introduced into evidence, it's a public record. It's a copy of a public record. There is no leak.
I don't know if what prompted it really was just the fact that it was out, or if it was like whack jobs reaching out and saying like, you know, where did this video come from? Like, it was just such an unnecessary, it's like, where the fuck do you think it came from? And like,
why were all the questions about the wrong thing is really and
There are a lot of good questions to ask about the BG video. My favorite question is, and it's based.
You see what I mean? Like, there's plenty of people who are in this chat right now who do not believe that video is real at all.
Right.
And they're not.
And
they're not
free to believe it.
out of each other for it.
But you cannot look. You cannot have a useful discussion about this case with those people.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, at least that's my position. I mean, if you're absolutely going to be untethered from reality, I really don't want to have anything to do with you. As a lawyer, professional conduct rule 8.4 says that I don't get to engage in, I don't know exactly how it goes, but basically I don't get to lie to the public as a lawyer. I mean, it doesn't matter whether I'm involved in a case or not. I'm just not allowed to lie to the public.
Right.
So, you know, the stuff I say, I mean, you know, professional conduct rule 8.4 is kind of my receipt. And so when I say that thing, I got the video extraction from the defense, I mean, I mean the whole friggin' phone extraction. I don't mean just the
video.
Just the video. So when I say, all I can tell you is the video that was released was what was given to the defense and then given to me, and I assume that was what was represented to be the extraction from Liberty German's phone.
Right.
And so all you internet sleuths out there, and I know there's people out there that think, oh, we work with them. And just like you said, we don't work with anybody. I don't really.
And I'm in a weird position as a person in Hollywood. I'm saying anyway, just because of the amount of truth that I will tell, and the fact that I take joy in it. And there's no way that you can tell that much truth without offending certain portions of the population. And so now you have to figure out how you're going to handle that.
Can I say that I hate DB because he literally was like, "Yeah, all eyes got," and like then he was like, we just rebuilding and rebranding, and I've just been waiting for it, so I've been going back to the old one."
Yeah, can you see this? Like, even if you just Google All Eyes on Delphi and GitHub, it's the first one that comes up.
Like we just rebuilding and rebranding.
We're at the stage where we want to bring more people in to this space to find out all of the issues around transparency and due process. And so I'm going to do my best to just not even acknowledge it, because I really don't have time. Like, when I got started with all this shit talking, I really just wanted to draw fire for other people who had been just dogpiled for, at that point in time, years. I'm like, give them a new target because I don't care. Like, if they say something about me, like, good luck getting me to give a shit, because I don't. If we disagree, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm just comfortable with it. I just do not care if anybody comes for me or at me, because I don't take any of it personal. For me, none of this is personal. It is my interest in this case are the systemic issues that plagued it. I just do not care if anybody comes for me or at me, because I don't take any of it personal. For me, none of this is personal.
Look at this graph.
Yeah, so this 213 thing. I mean, you've been twisting my arm on this about bringing some light to that shadowy, dark place where we plan and plot. And I think I don't really have much of a choice. So shall I put up your schema and let you explain, finally explain the truth about the 213 cult?
Yeah, let me, okay. All right, we got it. Again, we're all about transparency here, folks.
My name is Angela. I am a licensed clinician, and I am also a victim service practitioner. I have been working in the victim advocacy, law enforcement, and court sphere for over a decade now, and have a lot of experience working directly with victims of homicide, families of victims, victims of various crimes, violence, sexual assault, and working with investigators working on criminal investigations. So definitely very relevant, I'd say, experience to some of what we've been discussing, and I've really appreciated the conversation that has been had the last 24 hours and 48 hours. I think it's really important. So I'm happy to share more specifically about something if there's a specific question someone has, or just to kind of talk about some of the ethics and victim rights overall. So
Good morning, everybody. Well,
I texted T. I mean, I don't know what she thinks or what. I merely suggested that since the transcripts were released for free, that she use the transcript money so that Kathy can make some trips to Oklahoma if she wants to. I'm not getting into it. I just haven't gotten a response. Don't expect a response. It was just my idea. And as I have said to you before, I have 99 ideas a day, and 101 of them are terrible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some days 101 are terrible.
That's just what I said.
I know.